the characters that you need to farm to unlock all of the good stuff later in the game, they're Skywalkers. Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good, and there's something interesting going on in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes with Luke and Anakin Skywalker. We got their journeys down here. We, of course, know them. You know, you can unlock General Skywalker or Gas. By the way, whose PFP is still the same here, but they changed it in another place to look like action figure Anakin or whatever. Anyway, but it's really interesting to me. Of course, these are the central figures in Star Wars. You know, Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker are the central figures in Star Wars as we know it. And Rey Skywalker possibly, but that's a conversation for a different day. But I'm looking at the Galactic Legends here, and if I take out the first three, so Rey, Kylo, and Sith Eternal, let's just push them off to the side and just say, let's look at the remaining 6. It does seem like Jedi Knight Luke and General Skywalker, the Skywalkers, so to speak, are at the heart of all 6 of these Galactic Legend farms. Now, this may be something on purpose, or it may be something that just naturally follows the progression of having Luke and Anakin as part of your franchise. They're just going to show up a lot, and they're going to be involved with all sorts of different storylines and characters and everything else. It just kind of fits in there. I get that part of it, but I don't believe there's not a conscious effort also on the part of Capital Games and EA in this case to make Luke and Anakin a central part of everybody's farming path in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let's start here with Jedi Master Luke. And we, of course, know that Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker is required for Jedi Master Luke, along with having some requirements for Jedi Knight Luke included, like 3PO, Lando is also in this requirements, and Chewbacca. Those are characters that are required for Jedi Knight Luke, and then Jedi Knight Luke is required for Jedi Master Luke. And we talk about this all the time. The overlap with Jabba is tremendous, with Jedi Knight Luke also being required here, with Han Solo being required here, and C-3PO also required here for Jabba the Hutt, and then a bunch of bounty hunters, but there's a lot of overlap there. Then we talk about the overlap with Leia Organa's farm, and we can look at, what are we talking about? Well, CLS is required here, Commander Luke Skywalker. We've got 3PO and Chewie, who's an overlap there. So we see the Luke Skywalker overlap. We talk about this all the time, but let's talk about what's changing here with Anakin Skywalker and the overlap there. Of course, we start with Lord Vader, where General Skywalker or Gas or General Anakin Skywalker is required for Lord Vader at Relic 8. And also ARC Trooper and also Echo, who are part of the 501st Squad for Anakin. Other characters required, I think that's about it in this farm. Hunter Tech, yeah. Padme, well, Padme is required for Lord Vader. Padme is also a requirement for General Skywalker. So there's obviously a heavy gas impact, a heavy impact of your gas. I have to do it every time. General Skywalker or Gas has a heavy impact on the Lord Vader farm. But if we look at Galactic Legend, whatever, Jedi Master Kenobi, this guy right here, there's a pretty heavy gas impact here as well. It's not quite as direct, but General Kenobi is required for gas. He's also required for Jedi Master Kenobi. We go down a little bit, but then also, like Negotiator or something, you're just automatically going to farm. If you're doing this farm for Lord Vader or General Kenobi, you're going to end up farming the Negotiator anyway. So I'm going to call that overlap as well. It's not direct. Qui-Gon Jinn is another character you're going to end up farming and using a bunch of Galactic Republic Jedi on. Magna Guard is actually a direct requirement for gas. Wat Tambor is not, but he's also a Separatist. General Grievous is not a direct requirement for General Skywalker or Anakin Skywalker, but he takes all the droids that you use to unlock Anakin Skywalker, and he brings them into play and then makes them an actual team. Down at the bottom, I don't think there's much here. Cad Bane, Cody, Jango Fett. Shit. Well, Jango Fett, a lot of people will use to get Padme, but Shaak Ti. Shaak Ti's required for gas as well. So there's a lot of requirements for gas that are overlapping between Lord Vader and Jedi Master Kenobi, and then we go to Ahsoka, and Ahsoka also requires General Skywalker at Relic 8. And as of today, we're still missing half the requirements. 3.5 months later, we're still missing half the requirements for Ahsoka. We don't know what will be required there. My only guess is I think that Rex will be in here. I think there's a good possibility that Fives will be in here as well. I think there's going to be some more gas overlap. I don't think you're going to see battle droids. You could see battle droids in here. It's not like Ahsoka wasn't involved in fighting the Separatists along the way. So who knows what the rest of these requirements will be. I do think Rex is an automatic and Fives is a high possibility. So there's a lot of overlap. Now, what does this mean as I'm saying all this stuff? Well, here's one thing. Jedi Master Luke, Jabba, and Leia Organa. We talk about them being the first 3 Galactic Legends and overlapping with each other in the Skywalker Triangle or 5-way farming a lot. And the reason that we talk about that is these characters all work within their farms. Jedi Master Luke can put together a team with Hermit Yoda and Jedi Knight Luke on it, and they're both going to be on the team. And then you get a couple other Jedi in there, and it's going to work for him. Jabba, most of his team or all of his team is on this farm. You got Chrysanthemum, you've got Boba Fett, Boushh Leia, and Skiff-Guard Lando are all there, and those are characters you can use on the farm. I know a lot of people use Embo, but you can get a full Jabba team out of his farm. And Leia Organa, kind of like Jedi Master Luke, the primary other 2 characters, R2 and Drogon, are included on this farm that are on their teams. If you look at Lord Vader and I can't get it. I can't say Galactic Legend Jedi Master Kenobi. I just keep wanting to call him General Kenobi, and I also want to keep wanting to call him Ahsoka, Commander Ahsoka. And we don't know about her yet, but I actually think that her team will be on here. I actually think I think Ezra, and you're going to have a plug and play of Ezra Exile, and you'll probably get another Sabine here. I think her team will be largely on her farm. But Lord Vader and Jedi Master Kenobi, I can't do it. We talk about them being late game farms or Galactic Legends that you farm toward the end of your journey rather than the beginning. And we say that not only because of the hefty and stiff requirements of Kyrotechs and other gear and other farmings. That gas journey is a Galactic Legend journey all by itself by all intents and purposes. You compare the gas journey to the Sith Eternal journey. I think there's more required for the gas journey than Sith Eternal as far as difficult farms and Kyrotechs and everything else. I think gas actually requires more Kyrotechs himself than Sith Eternal Emperor. Regardless, both Jedi Master Kenobi and Lord Vader require those lifter units. They require Commander Ahsoka for Jedi Master Kenobi, and they require Maul for Lord Vader. And then Ahsoka is going to require Ezra Exile, which automatically puts these farms, unless you're going to spend some crystals to unlock those characters, it puts these 2 farms in the late game, after you've unlocked Proving Grounds, after you're starting to unlock or moving toward unlocking Commander Ahsoka and Maul and Ezra Exile for these characters. So here's what I'm saying with all of this, and I'm sorry, I've gotten around. I just wanted to talk about that in general. It's clear to me that Luke and Anakin are the crux of this game at this point as far as Galactic Legend farming goes. We get other farming along the way. We get Gungans, we start to find counters to Gungans. We get Baylan Skull. We get Bo-Katan, who's like Galactic Legend killer for 6 months while she's got a datacron, and then she just goes away. But Galactic Legends stay, and their effectiveness is always there, aided by datacrons, but they're always just right there in the distance, just being super powerful characters in the game. And farming Galactic Legends is becoming more and more and more tied and intertwined with Luke and Anakin. And I think that's a wonderful thing, because we did not make Galactic Legends out of these. Well, we did. I mean, we've got old Luke and evil Anakin are the ones that we've got, as our Galactic Legends. But the ones that we fell in love with, Jedi Knight Anakin, General Skywalker, Commander Luke Skywalker, Empire Strikes Back, Jedi Knight Luke, and Return of the Jedi. The ones we fell in love with when we were kids and watching the movies, these guys are the ones that have come back around to be the absolute crux and turning point of the game. The characters that you need to farm to unlock all of the good stuff later in the game, they're Skywalkers. And sorry, I think there's something beautiful to that. I think there's something. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with me? I think there's something beautiful to it that the early game unlocks. The Galactic Legends you unlock first go with Luke, because they can play on their own. They can play with the characters in their farm. The characters you unlock, the Galactic Legends you do later, are tied into Anakin. And I think there's something really uniting, and I think it is a natural progression of it. You can't get past these two characters, right? But I also think there's a purposefulness to it that really matters and is really important to those of us playing the game. And I think it does. Obviously, it's giving me the feels right now. And it makes me feel good about what I'm playing. That I can't stop. I can't stop. These Skywalkers are at the heart of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And I don't think we vocalize that a lot. And I don't think we talk about it. We complain about it. I get mad because of my GAC matchups and stuff. But when it comes down to it, I think subconsciously it's a big part of why I play the game. You know, we've had a lot of talks lately about, you know, it's a gacha game. Go play other gacha games. They make, you know, they're better for you, your wallet, and they give you more stuff. Whatever. I don't even know. I'm not playing those types of games. For me, it's Skywalkers. That's all I've got. For me, it's about Luke and Anakin. They need to fix this. This is, to me, it's about Luke and Anakin. That's it. That's what I got. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch Too Good.